Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Today I want to show you another video. I know a lot of you probably have never seen how crazy this world is, but it is crazy. My drone videos have been choppy. I don't know what's going on with my computer or if it's my drone, so I apologize for that. But this, I'm just going to show you how crazy this world is. If you didn't already know it already, but watch this small little video, or some would consider it a large video. I give it all the credit to Fleckus. Fleckus Talks. He produced it and makes it, but I know you probably won't see it because they bury it. But I'm unburying it with this shovel, the invisible Joycool shovel. Here's the snap tool. Let's watch the video. Peace.
Maggie Williams just seconds away from setting the Summit School record in the 800 meter. A moment of glory, overshadowed by this moment of concern.
I felt like I just wasn't being able to get a full breath, and multiple times of that happening, not being able to get enough air, I just felt super dizzy and then eventually passed out.
Williams blames her lack of oxygen on the mask she's required to wear during competition.
A Miami private school now says it won't employ teachers or staff who get their COVID-19 vaccine. The Centner Academy in Miami sent an email to parents calling the vaccine an experimental drug.
He says, we've got to shun folks. We've got to shun people into getting vaccinated. Businesses should make vaccination a requirement for employment. A COVID outbreak can shut down a business and be financially devastating, and failure to enforce basic health and safety measures is not fair to employees who have to work in offices, factories, and stores where close contact is required. People should require friends to be vaccinated to attend the barbecues and birthday parties they host. Friends don't let friends spread COVID.
Just got the second shot of the vaccine, and right after I got mine, I was running around the room and kind of just jabbing myself with all the other needles as a joke to just lighten the mood, because there were people that were nervous, and that was a big problem, and I'm going to face a lot of consequences for that.
This girl is on Pfizer! This girl is on Pfizer!
Department of Health, in partnership with the Brewers Guild of New Jersey, are teaming up to launch our new Shot and a Beer program to encourage eligible New Jerseyans ages 21 and over to get vaccinated.
We need to do this, and it's not gonna allow us to be without masks until we all do it, because quite frankly, I'm not going outside until I know everybody outside has had the shot.
Right here, right there, no mask, right there. There we go. Hand to camera. There we go. I want you to know that your insensitivity is ridiculous. I no longer have grandparents due to this virus because of people like you who don't want to wear a mask in the store. It's ridiculous, actually. It's insensitive and it's disgusting as a human being for you to show so much privilege to all of these people. There are so many older people in here who have health conditions, other people.
And I'm not gonna just...
Oh, great. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Congratulations for your pregnancy. It's ridiculous.
Go, mommy.
What inning are we in as far as this COVID pandemic is concerned?
Well, you know, we're at least halfway through. I hope we're seeing, and I do believe, Wolf, I'm not trying to be overly enthusiastic about what's going on vis-a-vis the vaccine program, which is so successful. But we've really got to not declare victory prematurely. So we're in the late innings, but it's not over. That's the thing we really got to get people to appreciate.
So you think the 7th, the 8th inning, or late innings? What inning are you talking about?
How about the bottom of the 6th? Try that one.
All right, I'll go with the bottom of the 6th. That's not too bad.
I'd say even if you live alone, I would wear a mask in the house, especially in the shower, because frankly, droplets can make the way through the drain and come up through somebody else's toilet, infecting them with COVID through the anus. Ballpark, in 2 to 5 to 20 years, we can start thinking about considering the idea of pondering the thought of conceptualizing the possibility of maybe, perhaps reopening, but probably not. I would avoid having any fun whatsoever in the near to far future.
Maybe you will get a long haul syndrome that we're not really sure what it is yet, but a lingering consequence of COVID. Or maybe you go home and kiss your grandmother and wind up killing your grandmother.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I tried to send a friend of mine a video the other day on Twitter through a direct message, and it was blocked.
Really?
I couldn't send a direct message. I was asking him if this was accurate, and it was a doctor who's talked about ivermectin, and ivermectin, which is it's a treatment for COVID. And this doctor was saying that ivermectin is 99% effective in treating COVID, but that you don't hear about it because you can't fund vaccines when there's an effective treatment. And this is, I don't know if this guy's right or wrong. So I'm asking questions. So I go, hey, tell me about this. So I send it. Message not sent. I tried to send it again. Message not sent. I'm like, oh my God, what's your email? I had to send it through email.
Michael Carnevale has been arrested for refusing to enforce an emergency order from Broward County.
In response to being arrested, sir?
It's love and gratitude. Love and gratitude to get us through.
It's a message to my sons. Yalla, I hope I make you proud. I'm standing here for freedom, for your freedom, for other children too, all the children of the world. Because there's a terrible thing going on, and always remember, my son, there's low life in high places.
Just because I tell you my pronouns, it doesn't mean you get to ask me what's in my pants. Sing it with me now. Just because I tell you my pronouns, it doesn't mean I get to ask you what's in my pants. You sound like a perv.
Jeopardy is being slammed after a winner allegedly flashed a white power hand gesture. On Tuesday, when winner Kelly Donahue was introduced as having won 3 games, he held up 3 fingers, making a gesture that appeared similar to the OK symbol made by a right-wing militia group called the 3 Percenters, that has also been co-opted by white power groups. Donahue wrote on Facebook, "I'm truly horrified with what has been posted about me on social media. I absolutely unequivocally condemn white supremacy and racism of any kind." He continued, "During the taping of my 4th episode, I was simply raising 3 fingers to mark my 3rd win. There was nothing more I was trying to indicate." Donahue also noted he had previously flashed 1 finger and then 2 during his introductions for his earlier game.
Do your fucking job! Do your fucking job! Resign! 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 Do your fucking job! You fucking
fucking piece of shit, pig bastard!
I wake up every morning and kiss my family goodbye, knowing that there's a possibility I won't come home. I am tired of every time I wake up in the morning, there's someone else polarizing the fact that maybe law enforcement is just not a good thing. All of us are not bad. I am not as they are. Most of us are not. There are bad people in every career. I'm so goddamn tired.
I was going at 38.
Yes, you are, ma'am. Good morning.
Which is, and the speed limit is 40, and I was going 38, so why are you harassing
You're
me?
correct. I pulled you over because
you're a murderer.
because
yes, I started to record because
you can't
you're a murderer.
you can't be on your cell
I
phone while you're
wasn't on
driving.
my phone. I was recording you because you scared me.
You can't use your cell
I
phone
can
while you're
record
recording.
you.
May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
What's your apartment?
It's at my home. I'm just taking my son to his.
Do you have your driver's license?
I mistakenly left it at home.
Do you have a picture of your driver's license?
Yes, I do.
May I have it?
And can you call your supervisor, please?
I already did. He's on his way.
Good, because you're a murderer.
Okay.
And so you're giving me a cell phone ticket? Is that why you're harassing me?
Not harassment. I am enforcing the law.
I have a right to record the police when they're harassing me.
By all means, but you can't do it while you're driving.
He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it.
There you go, ma'am. Sign inside the red box right there.
For him being a Mexican racist. What is that name? Gasso?
It's on the citation, ma'am.
Here you go, Mexican racist. You're always going to be a Mexican. You'll never be white. You know that, right? You'll never be white, which is what you really want to be.
There you go, dear.
White.
I asked the legislature in this legislative session, we need to do bonuses for law enforcement. Someone to fund. Some wanted to fund the police. We're funding the police and then some.
For those of us who are not black men, imagine watching the news and seeing how people...
Imagine being a black man and being told by some white lady with a microphone that you and the criminal on TV are one and the same because you look alike. Imagine being told by society that white people can be all that they can be, but you as a black man, the content of your character is completely irrelevant. You are the color of your skin, and that is all you will ever be.
Hey, chill out, man, chill out. Chill. Hey, get off of him. Get off of him.
This week, China launched a rocket for its space station, and that went great. The rocket is successfully in orbit, but the launcher, which is the size of a 10-story building, accidentally also went into orbit and is descending back to Earth, and no one knows where it's going to crash or what it's going to crash into. Well, that's not quite true. We know that it's going to crash probably within the next 2 weeks, somewhere south of New York and north of New Zealand, which, to clarify, is this area. Is this a big deal? Yeah, kinda. The launcher weighs about 21 metric tons. That's a lot. That's very large. Nothing has fallen to Earth of that size in our lifetime. So, yeah, this could be a big deal.
The reason I'm bothering to do this is I keep hearing on the press Biden's going to raise your taxes. Anybody making less than $400,000 a year will not pay a single penny in taxes. So, if you think about it, when I was vice president with Barack, he allowed me to put together a budget for Amtrak, and it had money for high-speed rail at 200 miles an hour from Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa, another line. If we had moved, Gov, we'd have that tunnel fixed in New York now.
What do you see happening if the audit does return results of significant interference in the election?
A constitutional crisis?
The first full forensic audit for the 2020 election began in Maricopa County, Arizona, on April 23rd, despite overwhelming opposition. Democrats sent over 70 lawyers to try and stop it,
They keep claiming that this election was done perfectly and then there's no integrity violations, that it was done properly, but yet they don't want anybody to verify that they're correct. So obviously they're afraid of what we may find.
Even with the audit now in full swing, the attempts to obstruct it continue as ever.
There's always a danger. The Democrats have unlimited resources. They will try to bury you with big firms. They will try to bury you in paper.
Why is it important for America that this audit happens, and why are there such fierce attempts to try and stop it?
I wanted to provide a brief update on the situation at our southern border. After 4 years of an immigration system rooted in destructive and chaotic policies, President Biden is taking the challenge head on and is building a fair, orderly, and humane immigration system. That's our objective. After coming into office, our administration immediately jumped into action to address the influx of migrants at the border, something that began during and was exacerbated by the Trump administration.
Fui albañil, cocinero y arbolero, yo soy estándar. La vida me puso pruebas, pero supe superarla.
Derek Chauvin wants a new trial. His attorney, Eric Nelson, cited various factors in a motion filed Tuesday, among them jury misconduct, but it doesn't specifically mention Juror 52, Brandon Mitchell. This week, controversy began surrounding this photo of Mitchell at a rally last August for the 57th anniversary of the March on Washington. In it, he's seen wearing a Black Lives Matter hat and a shirt bearing the title of the rally, "Get Your Knee Off Our Necks," to bring awareness to police brutality.
Either way, I was going to D.C. for this event, even if George Floyd was still alive.
Mitchell told our CBS station WCCO the death of George Floyd had nothing to do with his reasons for attending the March on Washington, which was announced after Floyd's death.
So what do you think about President Biden's first 100 days? Now, you know me as a person who says what he thinks, and I don't hide the fact that I wasn't a fan of our last president's character issues. And I'm also no fan. Aren't you embarrassed?
I do commend Lynn Cheney for her courage, for her patriotism, and I wish her well. Perhaps this challenge will make her stronger. I don't know.
Even the Interior Department has a role to play. Watch these ladies try out their social justice disguises.
My name is Laura Daniel Davis, and I recognize that I live and work within the ancestral lands of the Anacostans in the Anacostia and Potomac River watersheds. I acknowledge the place-based knowledge of these peoples, and I'm grateful for their ancestral and current stewardship of these lands. My pronouns are she, her. My pronouns are she and her, and I recognize that I live and work within the ancestral lands of the Cheyenne Indian people.
My name is Amanda Lapton. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the director of the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management.
Dada.
Oh, God. Jason!
That was awful.
I caught the elbow there of Stanley Johnson as he caught the ball and gathered himself before he went up for that shot.